Hey guys, so based on what you're currently experiencing, pick a deck. Those of you that are finding it difficult to work through those challenging feelings that come with heartbreak, this would be the deck for you. The cards are absolutely gorgeous. I read the definition from the book. Really powerful messages and an action for you to take. So yeah, this would be the deck for those of you that are needing some guidance as to how to best work through those difficult emotions. Those of you that are in love, new love, or existing, for some time, you want to know if it's going to stand the length of time. This would be the deck for you. The artwork on these is extraordinary. I mean, I can work with one card for an entire reading. I get so much guidance, really able to tap into the energy of those that I'm connecting with. The actual artwork just jumps out at me, and those messages come and flow really smoothly. So that would be the deck for you. And those of you that want to know what's going on with your career, or whether you're going to find a job, how if finances are a little bit unstable, feel a little bit unsafe right now, and want some guidance on what's the best practice for you to be well prepared, this is the deck for you. These are simple oracle messages, but with the energy that I tune into, I'm really able to elaborate on those for you too. So I hope that helps. I'm going to timestamp below, obviously, so feel free to just navigate to the portion of the reading that best describes your situation. Okay, let's get into it. Hey Gemini, thank you so much for joining me today, taking time out of your day to be here. I do appreciate you. If you're subscribed, thank you so much for your ongoing support, guys, especially since I took close to 1.5 years off. I really do appreciate you sticking and standing by me. If you're not subscribed, guys, share the love, hit the subscribe button. Make sure that you've got your notifications on as well, so you know when your readings are being released, as well as the soon to come live readings as well. And comment below, let me know where you are viewing from. Which parts of the world am I connecting with? I'd love to know. I love reading your comments. They help me connect with your energy, which I use for future readings. So let's jump into it, guys. Gemini, for the heartbroken Gemini, this could apply to a friendship, a relationship. It could apply to a loss of a situation even that's causing a lot of disruption, unwanted change, basically, overall in any area of life. So let's have a look and see how can you best work through these challenging feelings this week that have you feeling really uncomfortable. How can you shift, release the valve? Gemini, what message do we have for Gemini? Pride. Is there an element of pride here, Gemini? Is it pride that's potentially holding you back from accepting, from seeing things from a different perspective, from seeing different approaches? Is it pride that's potentially preventing you from bridging the gap to reconnect? Is it pride that's making you hold on to anger, or that's making you, preventing you from healing and moving on, that's keeping you stuck or stagnant? Has your pride being impacted? Has someone really hurt your ego? And I know ego seems like a dirty word sometimes, but our ego is definitely necessary. And when our ego gets hurt, it can really cause us to shut down and shut things out. It causes us to be really vulnerable, and it causes us to put boundaries in place that prevent not only the bad stuff from coming in, but the good stuff as well. And so I often say I like to think of standards instead of boundaries. Maintaining a standard lets things come and go, lets us experience, lets us stay curious. Boundaries, on the other hand, they prevent us from experiencing. They prevent things from being released, and they prevent the healing from taking place. And I feel that this is a message that's really necessary for some of you today. You know, it's not, there is an imbalance here. So I'm going to hold up the card for you yet. The ring light is definitely reflecting. Hopefully you can see that. You know, I'm looking at this card and we've got one side is a shadow side and the other side is, you know, a more lighter side, let's say. And I feel that if we let ego dictate our actions, so there is a dominance in ego, it will really keep us repeating the same patterns. And that's what I'm getting here. If there is something going on where you're feeling that you're repeating unwanted patterns and behaviors, maybe the ego is something to look at, so that you can exercise acceptance, which allows you to move forward, right? Not easy to do. If your ego is, I guess, has really been impacted and it's in a little bit of a deficit, then that could potentially be putting those boundaries up. So let's read the definition from the book, because these are so beautiful and super, super helpful. I mean, the message that it has, the actions. Okay, you may be acting out of arrogance and vanity. Humility is the key. When you are prideful, you can become harsh and not conscious of your weaknesses. This can temporarily make you feel more powerful and superior to others, whilst at the same time cause you to be judgmental, unteachable, and hardened. Have you been fighting, quarreling, and disagreeing with others? Are you always trying to prove a point and defend your position? Do you think that you are always right? By holding on to shadow pride, you are stopping yourself from progressing mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Stop overestimating your importance and learn to be humble. When you are too proud, you cannot hear other people's advice and cannot receive their assistance. Empowerment means that you can be soft, caring, aware, and gentle. Recognize that you need other people's support to achieve true success. And you know, Gemini, what I get from this is that it isn't just about being harsh. It isn't just about, you know, feeling temporarily superior to others, which causes you to be judgmental. It really drains you of your true character. It doesn't represent the true essence of who you are and your true intentions. Because in this situation, if you're fighting and quarreling a lot with someone and it's causing a huge divide, ask yourself, is it more important that I make a point, or is it more important that I seek to understand? Do I want the connection? Do I want connection? Or do I want to make a point? Or do I want to be right? And if you want to be right, why is it so important in this situation? Why is it so important to show up in this way? What is spurring you into that direction, and how is it going to serve you in the end? Will it be vindication, and how will that put you in a better position, right? So think about, this week is about thinking how you can increase your pride if it's been extremely, you know, hurt, or how you can kind of pull back the reins a little bit so that you're able to take up space in a way that truly reflects your character and what the outcome that you actually want. Are you getting lost in the moment and you've lost sight pretty much. So the action is, take some time during the day to relax. Lie down if possible and look carefully at this card. How does it make you feel? How do you relate to it? Ask yourself, where am I attached to a false sense of who I am? Where have I overestimated my abilities or charged ahead unprepared for the challenge I face? Where in the past has a sense of pride led me to fall? Instead of taking this personally, now your opportunity to feel and express your willingness to release any pride that has held you back, and is doing so, becomes more teachable. If you have hurt other people, consider apologizing and being more thoughtful. Now, the opposite to this, if your pride has been extremely hurt and it's caused you to feel exposed and vulnerable in the opposite way, you can still apply the same practice, right? You can still ask yourself, where have I attached a false sense of who I am? That's led to this. That could have potentially led to this. And where have I underestimated my abilities or not communicated, not charged forward for a challenge that I face, where in the past has my lack of ego led me to fall? So you can just reverse that message. And I'm going to hold the book up for you. I'm not sure if you can see that because of the light. Hopefully you can. Hopefully you can see the image. Take a screenshot if you need. And I really do hope you found that helpful today, Gemini. Have a great week, and I will see you for your next lot of readings. Bye. Hey Gemini, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you're all well. Guys, for those of you that are subscribed, thank you so much for your ongoing support. I really do appreciate you, especially since, I took almost a year and a half off, I think. Yeah, about that. So yeah, I really do appreciate you. If you're new to the channel, my name is Andrea. I hope you find something that resonates within this reading. And if you're not subscribed, share the love, guys. Hit the subscribe button, and the notifications bell so you know when your readings are going to be released, as well as the soon to come live readings as well. And let me know in the comment section, where are you guys viewing from? Which part of the world am I connecting with, Your comments really help me connect with your energy, which I use for future readings. And they help me connect with whoever is on the other side of this camera, to be honest. So let's jump into it, Gemini, and let's talk about your love life. What brings you here today? What is it that you'd like to know? Whether this is someone you've just met, or whether it's someone that it's a fairly fresh relationship and you want to know where it's going, or you could be with someone for some time now and you're really looking at deepening the relationship. So let's have a look and see what messages we have for you today in love. What's going on with Gemini in their love life? Something's not right. Something's not sitting right with you. Something seems off, right? There's this your intuition is telling you that something's off. It's sending your mind into overdrive. You're starting to overthink situations. You're starting to really, really, you're starting to really look into everything that this person's saying. It's like you're questioning them, you're questioning their motives, you're observing. You have kind of withdrawn communication, open communication. You're still talking, let's say, but there's something that's off, and you're taking more of, you're sitting back and you're watching. You're just watching and you're paying attention. So let's have a look and see, what is this about? What's going on with Gemini? Do you have a message for Gemini in their love life this week? What is it that they need to know? Okay, so there's two. I'm going to put that one back in the deck. I have a look at this one. Receive with love and appreciation, gracious acceptance, is a way to show love. Wow. Okay, so this is so beautiful. I'm going to hold it up. Hopefully you can see that and the ring light's not reflecting too badly. You know, the artwork on these are just amazing. So what I'm getting with you, Gemini, is, like I said, there's a lot of energy in the headspace right now. You're really overthinking things. There's something that seems off to you, but maybe this person is changing. If you're in existing relationship with them and something has shifted, they could be going through their own spiritual growth. They could be learning their own lessons. They could be closing off their own cycles. This does not appear to be a suspicious type of energy. I don't feel that they're holding information or holding back something that could be sinister, or what I'm feeling is that they're feeling vulnerable at the moment. They're uncertain about the direction that they're going. They're feeling a little bit self-conscious about themselves. I'm seeing you through their eyes right now, and there is a strength about you, Gemini. There is a, objectivity about you. There's this planning and execution. You make things happen. They really admire that about you, and they're starting to feel self-conscious about what they bring to the table and how they contribute to the relationship. And they're also starting to feel that with this shift that's going on, they're trying to process. They're trying to process their growth, and they're trying to do it in a way where they can still maintain they are still trying to maintain face for you. That's the best way I can put it, right? They don't want to disrupt the situation. They don't want to turn you off. They are very much interested. They're just worried about themselves and how they're showing up. So you are spot on. You are picking up on those vibes. I mean, your intuition is spot on. They are keeping something from you. They are not who they appear to be, but it's not from a place of they're trying to manipulate you. They're self-conscious about what they're experiencing internally, and they're afraid that you might check out if you knew what's going on inside them. They are different to what you know. They're a very, very different type of a person. I feel that maybe previously you've dated a different type of energy. The love language here is quite different. I feel that it might be difficult to have a steady flow of or consistent flow of communication as things arise. They seem to be more of an introverted. They pull back when they're processing information, and you're the type that likes to talk through it, talk it out, right? And so this difference in dynamics is causing more of a divide, let's say. It could become problematic. And what I'm getting is, I guess, a really good approach for those of you this resonates with is simply stating the facts without asking for answers. I can see that something's different about you right now. I'm not sure what you're going through. I'd like to support you. I'm here if you need to talk it out. So basically, they recognize that you're there, you've recognized that something's off, and that they have an opportunity for open communication, right? So it kind of addresses the elephant in the room, and then you can see how they respond to that. You know what I mean? It might actually be what's needed to open the dialogue. All right, let me break this down for you. Where is it? Here it is. Okay. Yeah, so there is definitely, guys, there is definitely a new beginning here. this relationship is really going to level up. So for those of you that have just met this person, okay, so there are two groups, just met this person, and you're wondering what their intentions are, there's an element of uncertainty because it's a type of dynamic you've not experienced before. Like I said, you are more extroverted, they are more introverted. You are more open with your communication. You like to talk through the, uncomfortable or uncertain feelings. Whereas they're the type that like to process the information. You are more confident, they're more self-conscious. So they're measured with their words because they don't want to show up in a way that's going to turn you off. Same applies if you're in a relationship with this person or you've been with them for some time and it's time to level up, but they're going through some changes. That's what I'm getting. I strongly feel there's going to be an opportunity for communication if you address it with that approach of, I'm going to state the facts of what I see, but I'm not going to ask for answers, because that allows them to feel more comfortable to approach you, right? And what I get is that is going to open a door to a different way of being in a relationship, in a way that you've not experienced before, Gemini. And the great thing about this is it's just different. It will feel uncomfortable because it's not familiar. Pay attention. I'm getting this really strongly. Just because it's uncomfortable and unfamiliar, because it's unfamiliar, it does not mean it's not for you. Be careful not to dismiss this person just because you're uncertain. Okay, so really pay attention to what your intuition is telling you and really pay attention to how they respond if you were to approach them with the fact that you can see that there's something up. All right, guys, I hope you found that helpful. Have a fantastic week and I will see you for your next lot of readings. Bye, Gemini. Hey, Gemini, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you're all well. For those of you that have stuck by this channel and are subscribed, thank you so very much for your support. I appreciate you, especially since I took a year plus hiatus and I've just returned. I really do appreciate you. Thank you. And if you're new to the channel, my name is Andrea. Subscribe, share the love, and welcome. Hit the notifications bell too, guys, so you can get notified when your readings are being released. And the soon to come live readings as well. I'll be posting dates and times on the community page. And yeah, let me know in the comments section, where are you viewing this video from? Which parts of the world am I connecting with? I love reading your comments. They not only help me connect with your energy, they also kind of make me feel connected in a different way with who's on the other side of this camera. But yeah, so let me know. Okay, finances. What's going on, Gemini? What is it that you'd like to know? Is there some uncertainty here? Are things tight at the moment? Are you thinking about changing a career and you're worried whether it's going to set you back? Are you thinking about, I'm getting there's going to be, actually that's what I'm getting. I'm getting there's going to be a shift. You're about to take a risk that is, you're worried about whether you're thinking of switching careers. There could potentially be a pay cut, or you're so done, and this is what I'm getting more stronger than the other message, you're so done with where you're at, it's become quite toxic. You're not showing up in a way that really represents you, and you're just ready to go. Like maybe you're looking for work, but there is this desperation that could potentially mean that you would rather go and work with another company or do something different. that pays less just for your peace of mind. So there is something going on with the change. I'm also getting that whatever is happening, for some of you, maybe your workload is increasing and you're worried about how that's going to impact your day-to-day life, basically, the time that you're investing. You might be increasing hours. So I'm getting a few different messages here, but let's see what the cards have to say. Okay. Banish slave words from your vocabulary. Should, must, ought, have to. Choose to do what needs to be done. Right, okay. So I'm going to hold this up for you. Sorry, I hope you can see that because the ring light's quite bright. I hope it's focused. So what I'm getting here is that, yes, a lot of you have had enough. It's time to, something has to change. I feel that you've gone stale doing what you're doing. Or for those of you that are really struggling financially and you're just living paycheck to paycheck, it's the mindset needs to shift slightly for new opportunities to come. And I know that when you have lived in that survival mode for so long, it's really difficult to carve a new path mentally, right? To form new thinking patterns. I mean, you know, you've carved a path right now, maybe for years and years, that is one of survival. So shifting your mindset and lifting your vibration, or changing your frequency, I should say, to one where there are opportunities that can come to you, can take some time. If this is your situation, Gemini, this week the message that I'm getting for you is start off by thinking about how you talk about the life that you're living. Instead of saying, you know, I should be earning this much money where I'm at, or I should be at this point in my life right now, or I have to do this job because how else am I going to pay the bills? All of that is very true. If you could just change the way you communicate that with yourself and with others, though, it will change. It will change the energy and the people and the opportunities you attract. For example, you know, instead of saying, I have to work because I have to do this job, even if I hate it, because I have to pay the bills. I'm so lucky that at least I have this job so I can pay the bills. That makes a huge difference. It allows for more to come in. And then you could think, I'm lucky to have this opportunity to pay the bills. Let me see if there's a side hustle I can do. Let me see if there's some way else I can make more money. But I do feel that you're quite depleted and your energy is quite zapped because of the mental energy that comes to upkeep this survival that you're currently in. But let me break this down and get something else for you here. All right, Gemini, let's have a look and see. What have we got here? Do we have a card? Oh, okay, so we've got a few here. Yeah, we do. And I'm not taking the one that fell on the ground. We have a beautiful message for you. So, at the moment, you're thinking about how you can, it's all mental, like your process, plan of attack. It's all about, you know, what's incoming, what's outgoing. It's all very, very, you know, part of our lived experience in our world. It's all about plan, execution, what you have to do. You have removed what brings you joy because of what you have to do. You know, it's really easy to say, I want to be happy with what I have and seek new opportunities, when you're limited in what opportunities you can seek, because you don't have the funds to invest in learning something different, or like, I get it, it's easier said than done in that instance. But instead of, focusing on what more you could gain, really take a moment this week to think about what you have. Think about what you have in your lived environment. Like I said, think about the blessing of being able to have the job that you have, to get the to be able to pay the bills that you do. Think about what you have in as far as safety and security, not what you don't have, not what you should have, not what you ought to have, but what you do. And then if you could think about, a lot of those things are part of, think about how they improve your life. Sorry, I'm finding it a little bit difficult to find the words at the moment. How do they improve your life? Think about the positive aspect. Yes, the reality is still there, but try and balance that out with some positive energy, because what that does is it allows you to drop into an energy of gratitude, and it also allows you to drop into a space of joy, which is where a lot of creativity and nurturing exists. Through your creativity, you can explore what is unique to you, right? What makes you you, and the opportunities that could exist for you to do something that is different, that could make you extra money, that could bring you more joy. Okay, you don't have to give up one job for the other. You can potentially do something on the side that brings you pleasure, so that it kind of balances the energy out for you. And if you do take this approach, guys, this is fantastic. That inner struggle that you're currently feeling, that debate that's going on inside you, that will start to dissipate. All right, guys, I hope you found that helpful. Have a fantastic week, and I will see you for your next lot of readings. Bye, Gemini.